Yo, what's up guys? So in this video, I'm going to teach you a really cool card control that I don't see a lot of people doing nowadays. So this is just called the Quik card control. It comes out of the Chronicles by Carl Fulvus. Now this doesn't have an originator, it doesn't have any credit to who invented this move, so it must be pretty old. I've added a little touch to the move that makes it a little bit more deceptive, and I think you're really going to like it. Let's get into it. Alright, so here is what this card control looks like. So you start off by having somebody just look at a card. Maybe from a dribble, they can say stop anytime they want to, so any card is fine. They take a look at this card here, perhaps. You don't look at it, but they remember it. And anytime you want to, you can control that card because you do have complete control over it. It just takes a few cuts, maybe on the table like this. Pretty sloppy, but that's okay, because their card is, of course, on top of the deck. Okay, so here's how you do this control. Like I said, it's just called the Quik control by Unknown out of the Chronicles by Carl Fulvus. Now, it relies on a sort of friction, allowing you to get an automatic jog in the back of the deck. A jog basically is when you do this sort of thing and you sort of toss this like this and those cards get jogged in the back. It's kind of that same thing, but in reverse. So here's what's happening. If you take a card and put it in the middle of the deck and just push it in like this cleanly and flush, it's not going to do anything. But if you take a card and put it in the middle and push it in, at the same time pushing up on the card, look what happens. Some cards in the back get jogged. So what you're going to do is just do that with your index finger, alright? So once they stop you on a card, you just push that card forward, right? The top card of the lower packet like this, and just push it forward and put this top packet on flush with the rest of the deck so the card is just sticking out. Now what you're going to do is come up to show them the card like this and just point to it with your index finger and say, remember this card here. Now as you go back down, that's when the move happens. You simply push up on that card like this, sort of bowing it with your index finger, bending it up a little bit with your index finger. And that's going to get you that jog that we just talked about. In the back of the deck, here's an exposed view. So when you do this, look what happens. Cards just shoot out from the back, and those cards are going to be directly above that selected card. So it's just a simple matter to cut right at that card, all right? In this case, we have the 7 of hearts. You do the move, and when you do the move, what you want to do is relax your hand like this. See how my hands are just relaxed as I do that move? My index finger simply just pushes up on the card as my hand relaxes, and that's going to get you that jog that you need for the move. Let me do that one more time. So you're here. This is slow motion, all right? So with the 7 of hearts again. All right, so as you come down, you, of course, extend your finger like this, pushing up on the card, bending it a little bit. And as you come back down, you just simply relax your hand. That's all you're doing, like this, all right? So when you do that, that's going to cause sort of the whole upper packet to move as you do that. So you have that nice jog in the back above that card. So you can simply just cut to the card like this and it'll be on top of the deck. But what I do is a false cut called the Myriad false cut by a guy named William Morales. Sorry. This move comes out of the Apocalypse books by Harry Lorraine, and the cut looks like this. So normally you just cut the deck like this and keep a break and just do this. And that's a false cut, all right? So if you have a full deck set up, you cut the deck like this, a swing cut, keep a break, and just swing cut half the cards above the break like this. Then cut these over to here above the break, put these on there and those on there. That's a full false cut. But what I like to do is do this as just a card control. All right, the 7 of hearts there. If you have a break above it like this, you can swing over half the cards above the break, boom, like this. Drop those cards below the break like this. Put those there, put those there. Their card is right here on top. So it's kind of like an OSA cut like this, and then their card is on top. So back from the beginning, Alright, they say stop anytime. You show them the card. You do that jog move like we discussed earlier. Boom. Relax your hand. I make it very clear that you're not trying to, control the card right away or do anything sneaky. You're just maybe talking at this point, conversing and just holding the deck here and not doing anything. Sort of a delay type action, because the strongest card controls you can do is with a delay, because I see a lot of people maybe have a card selected like this, slap those on, immediately go into their double undercut, and that just conveys or projects that you're controlling the card, like you're doing something, trying to put their card somewhere. I mean, why would you do it immediately after the card has been chosen? So if you just hold on to the deck and delay it, and then just do the control after a few seconds of talking, it'll be way more deceptive. Alright, so back from starting position, have the card chosen like this, push that card forward, let them see that. See that 5 of clubs there. Alright, remember, all you do is relax your hand as you come down, pushing up on the card. It's going to cause all those cards in the back to jog back. You simply lift up on those jogs, getting your break above their selection. Alright, so one more time if you didn't catch that. These cards are all jogged back here. Simply take your thumb at the back, lift up on the jog to get your break above that selection. Now simply do the cutting procedure like we talked about. Lift up with your index finger all the or half the cards above their break like this. Swing cut them into your hand. Drop the cards below the break on the table. Put the ones here in the middle. Those go there. The card is right here, of course. So just finish like a no-say cut. Boom, boom. Their card on top. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me, and if you learned something new, if you got value from the video, do me a huge favor, hit the like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.